What do you got for us today?
I say we're going to talk to you guys about people with antisocial personality disorders.
Very interesting.
You know, they kind of drift off from society,
Mm-hmm.
operate differently.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to film it because I really don't know what it is. I saw it mentioned once.
Antisocial personality disorder?
Yeah.
That's basically like, what is that? Is that like a type cluster B personality disorder, which kind of just makes you, it's what most of the serial killers have.
Yeah.
They don't feel empathy. You have no capability to have empathy or sympathy for anyone. All of your emotions are manufactured.
That's understandable. We're talking about a man named Shawn Grate. He was living a transient lifestyle. He would move back and forth between abandoned homes. How he would hook the victims is he'd basically offer a place to stay, offer to help. And because when I was reading this, I was kind of confused. Like, you don't got nowhere to stay. What the fuck do you mean offering places? But like escape. He's often more of an escape to people.
Oh.
Because if you already don't have anything, somebody offering anything seems like help. So the thing is, he would operate in a space where it's like he'd fly under the radar. He'd target the people where you're not going to necessarily. There's not going to be an uproar, and everybody's like, "Where the fuck did they go?"
People who aren't very connected to society, aren't very well known, don't have a lot of stuff themselves. Yeah, that's a traditional target.
So it took a while for people to eventually catch on to it.
Be like, a lot of these super random, kind of unknown people are missing. What's going on?
Out of Ashland, Ohio, he wasn't offering anyone a real residence when he approached them. What he offered was access to places that were already empty and unnoticed, which to someone vulnerable could still feel like temporary shelter. All right, his pattern was later reconstructed by investigators. Start with the approach and conversation. He would meet women who were alone or in unstable situations and present himself as non-threatening, sometimes even helpful. This early interaction wasn't immediate violence. It was access being granted through trust or circumstance. He's going to befriend you.
Yeah.
I'm this guy. I'm here to help. I just want to support.
You're really going through it. Let me come in and help you out. And then he's obviously killing them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what made crimes hard to detect, wasn't complexity, but location and circumstances. Again, abandoned places. People pass these places like daily. And they never knew what was going on inside.
Yeah. Well, because from the outside, it looks like, oh, no one lives there, whatever. No one's concerned about that. You don't know what's happening there.
Yeah. So the case began to collapse around 2016 when one victim, later identified as a survivor. I think they labeled her Jane Doe just because.
Yeah. You didn't know.
Yeah, so she was being held inside an abandoned house. During a moment when Grate was not actively monitoring her, she was able to discreetly contact emergency services from inside the property. She provided just enough information for them to come and save her.
Oh my gosh, that had to have been terrifying.
That'd be fucking terrible.
Holy shit. You're like trapped in here and you're just like, oh my god, he finally left. Okay, I have one chance.
I have one chance and you get a call through. I think the survivor's remorse would hit really deeply.
To be like, how many people were in this exact same situation and didn't have the chance to escape?
All right, when police arrived at the residence, they entered and found her alive alongside with Grate, who was arrested at the scene. During interrogation, he later admitted involvement in multiple killings and directed investigators to additional abandoned locations where other victims were found, confirming a broader pattern of repeated targeting and use of isolated environments.
Dang it. So he snitched on himself when he was caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tend to do that. I think you get a lighter sentence if you admit where people's bodies are found or would be found.
Yeah, so in total, they found 5 women, and he got life without parole.
Yeah, that makes sense because he killed 5 women.
Yeah.
In like a very methodical way.
And I think that befriending someone, that deserves like death penalty in itself. When there are people who actually need help, you present yourself as this kind stranger. I'm going to help you. I'm going to do this. And then you're just trapped in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you have to wonder, like, how long does it go on if he realizes she has a chance to call or she calls? If that call doesn't go through, how long does this continue? So it's probably a couple months. He was doing a lot. It was probably like mid-2016 to September. So he did those in that time span. And just think about their abandoned places. Nobody's going there.
He have no idea.
He could have kept it going for a long time.
Oh, yeah. If she didn't get that call in.
Well, she was toast.
Whew. Well, I'm glad she got the call in. Shit.
Yeah, factually.
My God.
Yeah, so that's the story of Shawn Grate. And always be skeptical out there when somebody's offering help.
Yeah.
Don't follow people to abandoned places at
Because
all.
sick fucks will prey on the vulnerable people.
It will, yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Be careful out there. Stay safe. He was 39.
He was
He was 39,
39.
and most of his victims were like in that age range of late 20s to like 40. So he was going for like a more mature, needy person.
Oh, he had like a plan.
He had a plan. I think too, he had to be conniving and he had to have like a charm about him.
Oh,
If you're getting
sociopaths, as you mentioned, he was, are generally seen as very charming because they're able to read how people are supposed to act.
it's
They're just
fucking crazy.
faking it.
And you're leading people to like abandoned places. That's like if somebody approached you now, if they charmed you, he could get you to go to a place like this.
To an abandoned place?
That for
Well,
me,
I think
that's hard to understand and wrap my head around.
it's probably mostly because he's finding victims that are like, they have
Needy.
nothing for themselves. They're desperate.
They're looking for an escape.
Yeah, everything's crumbling around them. So they're like, oh, you are offering me help. You seem very nice. You're kind of trying. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then they're dead.
Yeah. So why is it always places like fucking Ohio? I hate to say it, but Ohio is.
Well, because what else is there to do in Ohio besides kill people?
I'm not gonna endorse that, but
They're
yeah,
bored.
yeah. So straight out of Ashland. Oh, fucking idiot.
Ashland?
But this is Shawn Grate.
What a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit. And thank you for tuning in to Devious Backstories, where murders, violence, killing sprees, bank robberies, crime is included.
A lot of crime. All the crime. Oh,